Hey guys, my name is Kara, and I am doing my case study presentation on Hurricane Iniki. Okay. So before we get into this, just a little bit of an overview on what we're going to be talking about. So first I'm going to start with the background on Hurricane Iniki, talk a little bit about the damage, and talk about hurricane management strategies both at the time and now, 20 years later. Okay, so Hurricane Iniki hit Kauai on September 11th, 1992, as a Category 4 hurricane. Category 4 means that the wind speeds were between 130 and 156 miles an hour. At that speed, houses sustained major damage, and the power outages lasted between 3 weeks and 3 months. It's the deadliest hurricane in Hawaii's history. I couldn't get a for sure number. Some of the sources that I looked at said 1 person was killed. Some said as many as 6 people were killed. And it just kind of varies depending on where you're looking. So Iniki hit Kauai at wind speeds of 145 miles an hour. And it also brought with it storm tides that were 4 to 6 feet above normal sea level. If you can see in the picture on the bottom, you can tell that it kind of tracked like along the south part of the state and then swung up north really sharply, and that's why it only hit Kauai and left very minimal damage to any of the other islands in the state. So more than 1,000 homes were damaged, closer to about 1,400, and roughly 5,000 more. 1,000 homes were destroyed, and roughly 5,000 more were severely damaged, which left nearly 7,000 people homeless. The damage costs were as high as $3 billion. That's in today's money, counting in inflation in our current economy. At the time, it was about $1.8 billion. So the management strategies for Hurricane Iniki weren't great. The Central Pacific Hurricane Center didn't even issue a warning until the day that Iniki made landfall. In the days before the hurricane struck, it was being monitored, but it was believed that the hurricane was going to stay south of the state and miss it. But when it came up north, hurricane watch was issued on the 10th, but not a formal hurricane warning until the day that it actually hit. Since then, many computer forecast models have made tracking storms more accurate and more reliable. There are also way more weather satellites, as well as an annual statewide preparedness exercises that keep us up to date on what to do in the event of an emergency. Oh, I guess that's it. Kind of fast, I know. Just a couple of last minute little facts about Hurricane Iniki. There were an odd number of wild chickens released in the island after the hurricane hit. And it's believed that because the hurricane destroyed so many coops, that now the island is just like overrun with all of these chickens. So people always talk about going to Kauai and seeing all the chickens all over the street. That's why when you go there, you can say, hey, those are Hurricane Iniki chickens. Also, if you've seen Jurassic Park, I'm sure most of you have, that film was being filmed on Kauai at the time. And there are images or scenes supposedly in the film that have footage of the storm. So I'm going to go look. You should definitely go and look as well. Because I feel like that would be kind of cool. The deadliest storm in Hawaii's history being part of one of the greatest series of all times. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation.